Today, I have to apologize. I am dealing with tech problems, and this is the only view that I'm going to be able to use throughout the entire video today. I don't know what's wrong. I don't have time to troubleshoot it. I still wanted to make content and keep you guys updated on what is going on. Welcome to Thursday, September 14th. Today is session 33 of my $1 million journey, my quest to make my first $1 million by December 31st, 2023. That's my plan. Let's go to the market and see what has occurred. The main thing that I was able to accomplish today is I had a short position of 1,528 shares that was down as low as $27.60. I was able to successfully close that short position. I have shifted money around a little bit. I still do have a couple of lower short positions, which are below the $28 mark. I don't like that. I'll have to get to those at some point. Currently, I am holding on to 1,543 shares. Most of them I picked up on that close position. I was also able to shift a couple of other shares on a different short position. But I currently have 1,543 shares that I'm holding on to. The next thing on my agenda is to hold these shares until they pass at least $28.53 so that I can begin closing some of my buy orders. Right now we are at $27.88. The market has not been consistent today. It hasn't had a consistent rise. It hasn't had a consistent fall. I got sidetracked and I got caught up a little bit in the middle here, buying and selling, closing short orders that were actually higher in order to just then create new short positions that were actually lower. So I have a little bit more cleanup to do. Part of that cleanup is not just simply closing short positions, but also closing buy positions. I need to actually close a buy position, at least this one at $28.53. So I am now waiting for the market to rally up. We are at 7:40 a.m. There's a lot of day left. Again, we've got what looks like a sideways market. I'm hoping that shares trend up and at some point that I can close one of my buy orders today with this amount of shares that I'm holding. That is my plan. So I'm going to keep the video content shorter today because of my tech issues, but I will make sure to keep you informed of all of the moves that I make. Stay tuned. All right, I am back. It is 9:40 a.m. I'm looking at these markets today and I do not like these markets at all. I'm still figuring out what I'm going to do. I'm about to completely shift things up and completely change my strategy. I'm just taking a few moments to decide exactly how I'm going to implement things. Stick around. I will be back shortly with an update. All right, I've decided the change that I'm going to implement immediately, and that is to reposition all of my short positions and all of my buy positions. What I mean is, I've been buying too high and shorting too low. Well, I'm about to reverse that whole thing. I was holding 1,544 shares that I created another short position just so that I could get cash back. And that's what I did. That's represented by these 1,544 at $27.67. I then, very quickly after that, I bought 1,540 shares at $27.72. But instead of, say, canceling this short order here, which I could have done at $27.83, instead of closing that position, I just opened a brand new buy position. These numbers on this sheet, these are an illusion. These don't really mean anything. They're just to-do lists for me to get to whenever the hell I feel like getting around to it. I can go and close these orders a year from now. It doesn't really matter. So I'm going to stop trying to focus on closing my positions. I'm going to focus on opening more positions. And every time I open a new position, if it's a buy position, I want to make that buy position below the current market value. Right now we're at 27.76, which means that this lot of shares, 1,540, that I purchased a few moments ago at $27.72, I'm now in profit on that, okay? I'm just gonna keep that there indefinitely. I'm not gonna close it. I'm just gonna keep it there. If share values now rise up to say $28, instead of closing this position at $1,540 and taking a profit, I am then just going to open a brand new short position at $28 and then wait for the market to drop. So I will demonstrate this as we move forward, but what's gonna happen is my sheet here is going to start growing in open orders, not reducing in open orders. And it's gonna be that way for the foreseeable future until I establish this new rhythm and this new flow. So once again, the latest moves that I made, I shorted 1,544 shares at a value of $27.67. I opened a new buy order, 1,540 shares at $27.72. And now I am waiting for the market to show me what it wants to do next. Stay tuned, I will be back soon. All right, it is 12:18 p.m. I am back. We're close to the end of the day now. There's 40 minutes left. And I just wanted to give you an update as to what I've been doing. I have been making trades, new buy positions. I've made a couple of new buy positions up here, 28.18, 28.22. And basically I made those when the markets were going down. And then I made a couple of new short orders. As you can see here, I've got one for 28.23, another one for 28.11, and I've been opening those short orders as the market goes up. The last one I made was $28.11, and then the market started going up and it has not come back down. So I am just going to call the day finished today. I don't suspect there's going to be a tremendous drop. And even if there is, I think that I can use my cash on hand, which I am sitting now at $43,074. I think that I have the best opportunity to purchase another round of shares to set up a buy order probably tomorrow morning in one of these, as you can see here, one of these massive sell-offs. I can probably get a better price than the $28.11 that I created this last short position at. The idea now is for me to buy shares when I get the cheapest price possible, and then to create short positions at the tops of where these peaks are, like when these values peak out, like earlier this morning at 28.14. Try to catch and open a new short position there at 28.14. And then when the market drops back down, as you can see here, down to 27.53 later in the day, try to buy in again. And as I continue this new pattern of creating shorts at the high points, creating buy orders at the low points, like I said earlier, my sheet is going to show more and more and more transactions, but my cash available will continue to get higher and higher and higher. And I will just indefinitely leave all of these activities on my balance sheet. I'll get back to them after I become tremendously cash positive and this US 43,000 turns into more like US 60, US 70, US 80,000. Then I'll go back and I'll start actually actively closing off some of these open orders. But in the meantime, as I'm just building a snowball of cash, I'm just going to keep creating new orders. I can create new orders out of thin air because these numbers are literally, they're fictitious. It's like, as long as I have shares to sell, I can create a short position. And as long as I have cash available, I can create a buy position. My challenge is not necessarily to close orders right now. My challenge is to make sure that when I open a new buy position, that it is lower than the last one that I made. And when I open a new short position, it is higher than the last one I made. So I can basically look at this bottom one, 28.22, and say, okay, if I'm going to buy shares, I want to buy them at less than 28.22, like right now at 28.15. If I have a short order, I want to short the market at higher than 28.11. Right now, 28.15, I could create a short if I had shares available, which is better than this one at 28.11. So basically, I want to open buy orders lower than the last one on my balance sheet. I want to open short orders at higher than the last one on my sheet. And as the days continue moving forward, that is exactly what I'm going to do. I did figure out a way to change camera angles, which I think I will employ tomorrow. I basically just have to do it manually. So I will end in full frame. And once again, I want to thank you for watching this video series on my $1 million journey. Today is a shorter video just because I'm having tech problems. And I will try to figure these out, if not today or tomorrow. Hopefully through the weekend, I'll try to get back into getting all my gear to talk to each other. But in the meantime, if you are liking my videos, if you are subscribed to the channel, if you're leaving comments on some of the videos, I appreciate all of that. It helps me grow my channel. It helps me get this message of financial mastery out to more and more people. I will be back tomorrow. Tomorrow is Friday, and tomorrow is session 34, September 15th. I'm going to see if I can have a strong close to the week. And then I will also be doing an update at the end of the closing bell tomorrow to see where I am financially at the end of the trade day tomorrow compared to last Friday. I hope that you follow me on that session. And if you do, you can join me on that session right over here.